So visitors used to stay in here?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a kayak.
Yeah. And a nice bed. Bread round. Nice counter.
It's like all hand carved.
All right, love you. Have a good trip.
Okay. Welcome back, guys, to our second Uganda themed video here, Our Simple Story. I am Gabe, and today on this adventure I'm going to take you to a cool place in the city of Entebbe, Uganda. So stick around for the ride. This is a very traditional way to get around in East Africa, in Uganda. It's called a boda boda, and you ride these motorcycles. These motorcycles are imported from India. They're relatively inexpensive, and it's a very cheap, very quick way to get around Uganda. The going rate is around 25 cents per kilometer, about 1,000 Ugandan shillings per kilometer. But today I'm going to take you to a cool place called the Entebbe Zoo, or the Ugandan Wildlife Education Center. And it's commonly referred to as the Entebbe Zoo by Ugandans. They don't really know it as the UWEC, but this is their website. And they do a lot of conservation and research kind of things. But what is going on here? Alright guys, if you ever see these things show up to your classroom, please run. But anyways, they do a lot of classes and a lot of good for, you know, native species in Uganda, poaching, education, that kind of stuff. But this is Uganda, and let me zoom you in here to the city of Entebbe. It's kind of sitting on this peninsula here in the middle of Lake Victoria, and obviously the Entebbe airport. This is the only international airport in Uganda. But this is just, you know, a couple kilometers away. You can go to the UWEC, just south of the Botanical Gardens here. But like I said, if you're trying to go here, everybody knows it as the Entebbe Zoo. Barely anybody knows it as the UWEC. But it takes you in here. I'll show you a little satellite footage. You're right on the shore of Lake Victoria. It's a beautiful location. It's always breezy and cool here, and all kinds of tropical plants and species that you can see. But what's really neat about this is it's actually walking distance from the Botanical Gardens, which the Botanical Gardens aren't really Botanical Gardens. They're actually, it's more of like a preserve, a nature preserve. But I'm going to take you to that place in the next video. So here's the office where you can hire a tour guide. You can get some snacks, some food. You buy your ticket. This is what it looks like. Now, I'm filming this here in June of 2021. So this is post-COVID, or actually more like mid-COVID Uganda and what it's like. So there's very, very few tourists. Actually, there's zero tourists here in Uganda because we're still in a degree of a lockdown of some kind. There's actually a curfew at night here. But normally these paths would be full of school children. They'd be full of tourists. But it's kind of a ghost town right now, just to give you an idea. So we're going to head down to the beach, Lake Victoria, what it looks like. Now, this day was a little bit odd in that it was very windy. This is kind of unusual for Lake Victoria to have this much wind and this many waves, but it's kind of interesting. Everything's a little bit, you know, post-apocalyptic. I don't know. It's, if you ever wonder what a zoo in East Africa or, you know, a developing nation looks like, this gives you kind of a cool glimpse into that, a cool window into that. But it's still very beautiful. It's a lovely place. But this isn't your Busch Gardens or, you know, like your typical Cincinnati Zoo or something like that. So it's good to have your expectations prepared. But this is the beach. This is Lake Victoria. And looking in that direction is the Entebbe International Airport, which, by the way, is where Queen Elizabeth II flew out of in 1952 when she learned of her father's death. When she learned that she was now queen, she actually flew out of the Entebbe International Airport. Again, this playground would normally be full of children playing. School children come on field trips to this place. So, yeah, just because there's a lot of, health stuff circulating around, and the government is shutting schools down, there's just no field trips going on right now. But this is their lion. Now, the lion that they have here, they actually have several lions, but this is the one male. They actually put him right next door to the hyena because they realize the hyena and the lion like to compete for the territory, and the lion is always growling and roaring, and they like that. They want visitors to hear the lion's roar. And here's the hyena that they are next door to here. The hyena wants to constantly lunge at and threaten the lion.
Hey, puppy.
The vulture.
If he bites me, I'm gonna kill him.
The female.
Oh, okay.
Those are smaller than
Oh, the growl of the lion is the most terrifying sound ever. So we visited this gray crowned crane exhibit here. This is also the state bird of Uganda. You see it here on the flag. It's the national bird of Uganda.
You never see a crane alone.
But there's also this thing called a shoebill crane, which I wanted to see, but about the best I could do is a couple photos. They had it here in this display, but I just didn't see it. But here's a photo from their website, which oddly enough reminded me of a movie that I saw as a child in the 90s.
Can you say pretty bird?
But anyways, these are the chimps that they have on display there. They're all sleeping in this sugar cane in the middle of this island, so only a couple came out.
But it's medicinal too.
And this is what they call elder tree.
Around the country, you find the elderly sitting around this share local zoo, discipline communities, discipline the individuals in the community. This specific. Oh, this is.
Do they still come to this tree?
Well, here, no.
Yeah.
Just like,
But out in the countryside, maybe.
the countryside, yes. You find it all.
I hope you guys have liked these Uganda videos so far. I've been to Uganda 3 times now, and I love it there. I will probably continue to go back. It's a beautiful country full of very warm and friendly people. And you're always bound to have some incredible adventures. Now, in this video series that I'm doing on Uganda, I have 2 more that I'm going to be releasing, maybe 3 more that I'm going to be releasing. But stick around for the very last one. It's going to be the most exciting. And I'm going to actually put a teaser reel at the end of this video to give you a hint as to what we're going to be doing in the last video. But it's one of the craziest yet most fun things I've ever done in my entire life. And these are otters that inhabit the Nile River. You see, the Nile River actually cuts the country of Uganda in half. And so there's an abundance of wildlife that lives in the Nile River, obviously. This zoo was founded by the British, I want to say in the early 1950s, when the British colonized the country of Uganda. The name Entebbe, which is the name of the city this is in, it actually in local language means the seat, which is probably named that because it was a place where the Buganda king or the Buganda chief, the tribal chief, sat to adjudicate legal cases. And it became the British colonial administrative and commercial center in 1893 when Sir Gerald Portal, he was the colonial commissioner, he used this as a base, and it became the governmental center of all of Uganda. And of course, a trip to the Entebbe Zoo is not complete without some good fried tilapia out of Lake Victoria, some chips, aka fries, and some coleslaw.
Oh yeah, sure enough.
Next, Gabe goes to the next one. Gabe goes to Uganda.
Let's get this over with. Woo, son. If this camera survives, this is the best GoPro commercial ever. Just the sheer power of this. Unbelievable. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. Ah. Ah. Oh crap. Ah. Watch your language, Annie! Feel the key change? That was powerful, right? Did you feel that?
Okay. Here's our fire. It's for tonight. We're winding down. Morito? Morito. Huh? In Lusoga. Morito. Morito.